Hi guys, today I am back with another review and we are going to be testing out the Coastal palette from Simply Posh. Now I got this in the mail. I don't know how long it's been in my mailbox. I was gone for about a week or so and I didn't check the mail yesterday and I didn't check the mail the day before and I checked it today and it was here. And I knew it was coming, but what I'm trying to say is this palette is already available, so I wasn't able to get this review up before it launched. I do have an affiliated code with the brand. It's just Annette if you want to pick this up and save some money, but I'm excited to play with this. I think it's a beautiful color story. It's really, really fun. I like that it's more of a muted but still colorful palette. I feel like you can do a lot with this, and I don't know. Have I seen this color story before? Not really sure. I've seen similar things, but I wouldn't say I've seen this. Like this doesn't feel like something that's already been launched, so I'm excited to play with this. I'm only gonna do 2 looks just because this palette is available already, and if you're wondering why there's an empty space here, it's because they sent this shade as a single, but sadly this has come completely shattered, and yeah, I'm not the best at repressing, and this is just all over the place, so I don't even know if I want to open this because it's going to explode, so I'm just going to exclude that shade from this video and we're going to play with the palette the way it is right now for me. So I have a little curve wall here because I'm actually out of my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base and I thought I had another one, but I guess I didn't have a backup and I already used my backup. So I'm going to be using this one, which is the Rephr Beauty eyeshadow primer. I've had this for a while and I use it here and there when I'm not filming and I like it, but I don't like it as much as my Natasha Denona one. So I'm just going to kind of go by what I know from Simply Posh, and I'm very familiar with their formulas, so I'm gonna assume that if something goes wrong, it's probably the eyeshadow primer because I am not as accustomed to working on this one as I am on the other one, so we're just gonna have to see. I mean, it is still a good eyeshadow primer. I just wish that it had a little bit more coverage. It definitely has coverage, but my Natasha Denona one is more like a concealer, and I really like that about it, and this one is definitely more. It's like a mix between a silicone and a concealer. I don't know if that makes sense, but there are silicone primers that are clear, and then there are concealers that are more creamy, and then there's something in between where some set down more than others, and I feel like this is in between, sort of. So, I don't know. I do have a plan with this look though, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and see if I can do what it is I want to do. So I want to use this shade in my crease. I want to deepen it up with this teal shade, so I'm going to try not to blend these together too much. And I want to use these 2 shades on my lid because these are screaming my name and they're so beautiful and I'm really excited to put them on. So I think that's what we're going to do for the first look and just kind of see where that takes us. I'm not going to be able to use all the shades in 2 looks, obviously, but I want to try to use at least half of them. So I'm going to start with this shade here, which is the shade called Shoreline. And I'm going to use this mostly in my crease as my transition shade. I'm going to try to not use too much of it on the outer corner where it is that I'm going to put that teal shade because I don't want to blend them in together too much. And I think I already did pull it out a little too much, but it's okay. I'm sure we're going to make it work. I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to turn out just fine in the end. So how are you guys doing? I feel like I've been complaining a lot about my life in the past couple of videos and I haven't really asked how you guys are doing. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry for the lack of content. I feel like I need to be in the right mind space to put up YouTube videos because it's really hard to come on camera and pretend like everything is okay if it's not okay. And I'm just in a weird spot right now where I just don't know. I just don't know anything. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of post when I feel like posting, post if I have a new fun collection that I feel like doing something with, and if not, that's just how it's gonna be. So I hope that's okay with you guys. I do have another channel that I will be posting on here and there as well. It's my fashion channel. I can link that down below. I've been honestly consuming more fashion content online lately than I have makeup content, and it feels sort of like a safe space. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's just less drama. Not that there's that much drama in the makeup community either, but I don't know. I've just really been enjoying the fashion community. So if you want to go check out that channel, feel free to. I don't post as much on that one either, obviously, right now. But if you do want some extra content, feel free to subscribe over there too. I'm going to take the shade called Deep Sea, which I'm going to use as my deepening shade, and I think these 2 are going to blend pretty nicely together because I feel like they're both warm tone shades, even if one of them is blue. This is way more of a tealy color that leans sort of yellow, so I don't think it's going to be a problem at all blending these 2 together, and so far it's doing exactly what it is that I wanted to do. These are playing very nicely together, actually, almost even better than expected. Yeah, I really like that color combination. I feel like that's very unique and interesting, but still cohesive. And I think once I get the shimmers on the lid, it's really going to come together. So as you can tell, I'm only keeping it to the outer corner of my eye. I'm not pulling it in anywhere further than like half, and only really so I get a good blend between these colors because I don't want them to mix together too much. I'm gonna take the same shade underneath my eye just to connect the outer corner here. And I might do another shade as well under here. I haven't quite decided, but I just like to have the same shade just so that I get a good blend between the outer corner and the lower lash line. And I am winging it out a little bit just to get some shape to this. So far, I would definitely say that this feels like the normal Simply Posh formula that I absolutely love. I really like their mattes. They're not always the most pigmented, like straight off the bat, but I find them to be very buildable and easy to work with, and I never have any problems like building on them or getting them to do what I want them to do, and I really like that about them. So I think I'm gonna leave it here for now and just see if I want to do anything under my eye. I haven't quite decided. I might just go for like a shimmer in the front portion. I am gonna put on some of my glitter primer though, because I feel like Simply Posh's shimmers like really shine with a glitter primer. Not that they don't without it, but I feel like with it they look even better. So I'm just gonna do that basically all over my lid here where it is that I'm gonna put the shimmers. And I'm actually gonna start with the light color, I think. See, I actually could use this shade too. I could use this one and this one. I could actually use all of these three. Maybe I'll do this one under my eye. I'm gonna start with this shade, which is the one I'm the most excited about. It's called Paradise. It looks so freaking beautiful, and I'm gonna mostly put that all over my lid here. I'm gonna do a little bit of the other shade sort of on the outer portion here, but I really want this shade to shine because I think it is so pretty and like by far my favorite shade in this palette. Even if I haven't used this palette yet, like just looking at it and having swatched it, it's just so pretty. Like it's so right up my alley and I love it. So you can see on the eyes, it's definitely leaning a little more gold than it is like turquoise or blue. But I really like that. I think this is such a unique shimmer, and honestly I could see this being like a really good like one and done shade too, which I feel like I've been becoming a different person lately. I've been doing so many all shimmer looks in the past like 2 weeks where I've just used like one shimmer and then just put on some lashes and eyeliner and just kept it super simple, and I've been loving it. And I could definitely see this shade being really good for that because it's light enough that it won't sort of cast a shadow if you try to blend it out. I find that if I'm gonna do an all shimmer look, it needs to be a lighter shade rather than a darker shade, because I just don't think the darker shimmers blended out looks that good on me. But I also just have never had a thing for darker shimmers anyway. I just prefer lighter colors like this on my lid. This is such a pretty color. So to try out one more, I'm gonna take this shade, which is really interesting. It almost flips to like a purple. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I think you can see that. So I don't know exactly how this is going to look on the eyes. I was hoping it would be more of like a greeny color, but we're just gonna see. It might make it really, really interesting and different. Oh, I can definitely see the purple, but I think because I'm layering it over the teal, is pulling a little bit more teal. I do think that that makes sense though. Like it looks cohesive and it looks nice together with that other shade. So I'm happy about that. It's doing what I wanted to do. So that is really all I can ask for. That is so weird. When I'm doing it on this eye, I don't know if it's because of the angle or because of the way the light is hitting it, but now I'm seeing the purple like so much more. That is like honestly kind of cool. Like it's very unexpected, but I think it still works. Yeah, I like this. So I do want to use some of this orange as well. So this is a shade called Sunbathe, and I want to do some of that on my lower lash line. Not too much, but just enough that we can see what the shade looks like. I might use some of this on, or in my second look as well, just to give it a better chance to shine here. But I just want to have a little bit right here. I did spray it a little bit just because I don't want to get any fallout, and I want to make it a little more intense, but I like it. I feel like it sort of ties in the orange transition shade. Cannot speak today. But it sort of ties in the transition shade that we have, and it makes it look a little more cohesive from the top to the bottom. So I really like that. I think this is all I'm going to do for the eyes. I'm just going to finish off with some liners and mascara and lashes, of course. So this is the look with lashes and liners and all of that. I did do some teal in my waterline. No, it's not teal. It's turquoise in that. It's turquoise. I don't know why I keep getting those confused. It's almost like my brain is just like not working these days, but it's okay. It happens, right? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Anyway, this is the first look of the video with the Coastal palette, and I'm excited to do another look. I really want to dip into like these colors maybe, but also I feel like I need to do something with these, so I'm not really sure. We're gonna figure out a way to try out as many of these colors as possible. I do feel like this needs to be on my eyes, this needs to be on my eyes, since I haven't tried these two, so I'll do a look based around these two colors, I guess. Not sure exactly what that's gonna be yet, but I mean, you'll see that right now, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and do the second look with this palette, and I've sort of changed my mind on what I want to do today. I think I just really want to wear this top, and I don't feel like there are that many things in this palette that I can really use that will go with this. And because I've been so into doing all shimmer looks lately on my own, I think I mentioned that in my first look, I kind of want to do that today. So I do apologize for not using that many shades in this palette for my review, but I feel like I have a good grasp on Simply Posh's mattes, and I know they're going to perform well, so I'm more interested in putting the shimmers on my eyes, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm going to do a very, very simple look today, and I just want to use two of the shimmers. So I'm just gonna start actually by putting on some glitter primer on top of my eyeshadow primer that I just put down. I like putting down an eyeshadow primer first because it does have a little bit of pigment to it. So if I have any kind of staining or like, you know, veins showing or just anything like that, I just like having a clean base to work on. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of my glitter primer on a flat brush here that I am also going to use to apply my shimmers with. So I'm gonna use two shimmers. Now, usually if I do an all shimmer look, I'll do probably one. It's rare that I use two unless I do one in the inner corner and then one on the rest of my lid. But today I want to do like half my lid one shade, half the other shade, and just kind of see how that turns out, because I think it's gonna look nice. And I also just, like I said, wanted to test out these shimmers. So I'm gonna start with, so my plan is I'm gonna use this shade and this shade. So I'm gonna do this one in the front portion of my lid and see how that ends up looking. I'm picking up this shadow with the same sticky side of my brush that I used the glitter primer with, and I'm just gonna do this pretty much on, I would say, my front half, and then we'll do the other shade on the outer half. So it's gonna be a super simple look, but I've really been enjoying doing simple looks lately. And number one, I mean, they're quick and easy. And I also just feel like they look really nice, especially, you know, in the summer and stuff. It looks very like weather appropriate. Not that I've really ever cared about that, but I don't know, it just feels, you know, easy and effortless and quick, and it always just looks really good. So I'm just gonna put this on same as I did on the other side. I'm trying to do this sort of in real time and not have too many cuts. So if I'm chatting too much or like not having any breaks or anything like that, that's why. So that's pretty much this shade all done. I really like this. I actually would have probably preferred to do this all over the lid and not do the other one, but for the sake of the video, I do want to use the shade called Tropical as well. So with the same brush, I'm just going to wipe it off on the towel in front of me. I'm just going to do that on the outer portion of my lid, and we'll see how these two play together. That is a really pretty color. Ooh, I think this one as an all over the lid shade as well would look so good. I'm blending it into my crease a little bit, but I don't want it to go like too high up, because I find that for myself, if I pull the shimmers up a little too much, especially if they're like darker based shimmers, because of my hood, the blend always ends up looking a little bit strange. But I think these are looking so good together. I actually really like that. So I'm just gonna do that on the other eye as well. And I think this is all I'm gonna do. I know, very simple, kind of boring, but at the same time, I want to try, or I feel like I always do, but I want to make sure that like I don't do things for the camera. Like, that has never been me. Like, I've always done my makeup on camera the same as what I've been into, like, in real life when I'm not filming, and this is absolutely what I've been into when I have not been filming lately. Because even though I love doing my makeup, I sometimes just want to do my makeup in order to, like, feel good and not just for the sake of doing my makeup. And I always feel better about, you know, myself, my day, my life if I feel a little bit put together. So I think this is basically all I'm gonna do. Super simple. I'm just gonna do some eyeliner or something in my waterline. Probably just gonna do like a pink in my waterline and then some lashes, and I'll come back and show you the look and just sort of give you my first impression / review on this palette. This could possibly be the quickest look that I've ever filmed. I've been filming for like 16 minutes now, and that was me kind of like playing on my phone and like doing stuff while putting on my lashes and stuff. So yeah, very, very simple, very quick, very pretty. Like, I feel very pretty in this look, and let's see if there's like there's definitely a shift in this. It's not super strong though, and especially because I have 2 shades on my eyes, you can't see it that well, but I think you can see a little bit of it here. Like, it is, these 2 colors are so beautiful. I do think that they would honestly shine more on their own than like paired together, but they still work together, and I think they're really, really pretty. The lashes that I'm wearing are the Wispy Hooded, I think they're called, from Unicorn Cosmetics. I really like these. I've been using these ever since I opened them now, and it's been quite some time. So they're probably on like their 10th straight day or something like that. I think they just look really good. They look really good with like any kind of eye look, and I just feel really pretty in them. I don't like the look of like lash extensions per se on a lot of people, because I feel like sometimes they're like too much, but these are curled enough that they look, I don't know, like there's something about these that just like work for me, and I really like them. So as for my thoughts on the palette, I haven't tried it like that much, but so far I really like it. I think it's beautiful. I'm a little bit sad that the shade here came broken. Maybe they'll be able to send me a replacement for that, since they did send it separately. I don't know, I'm gonna have to see about that. But yeah, I think it's a beautiful palette. I like the color story a lot. I think it's very different from what I've gotten into my collection recently, and I've had a lot of fun playing with this, and I'm excited to dip more into the mattes as well. Again, sorry I didn't really do that too much in this video. I only used like 2 or 3 of them, but so far this seems like the good quality that I'm used to from Simply Posh. I have a lot of their palettes, and when I swatched this felt like, you know, the good quality that I'm used to, and I really like their matte formula. It's very buildable, it's very soft. It can definitely be sheared out to be lightly blended if that is what you're, or like more blended, I guess I would say, if that is what you're into. These are very easy to work with, and you can do pretty much whatever you want with them. So yeah, I really like this palette. I think it is very, very pretty. Let me know if you pick this up. Like I said, this is available already. If you are interested, I will link it down below. It might be on pre-order. I'm not sure if they actually have stock still left, but website will be linked down below. They have a bunch of beautiful palettes. I think they're just a very, very solid brand, and I'm excited to see what they come out with next time. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more Simply Posh content, I probably have a playlist. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.